Hello, and welcome back to Transformed Guitar. This is Back to Basics, where I go over the building blocks of playing guitar, because you're either just learning, didn't learn the right way the first way around, or maybe you just want a refresher course to get a fresh perspective. These videos are for you. Let's get started. Okay, so this week we are learning the key of A. Just like last time, it's got two chords we learned last week. A and D we've known from the beginning. We're going to be learning two chords, the key of E and the key of F sharp minor, which is going to be another bar chord like B was last week. So let's get started. A, you know. But just to refresh, that's an open A string. That's a second fret on the D string here, which is an E. D, D sharp, E. That's an A on the G string, which is G, G sharp, A. And then the third right here, which is a C. C sharp actually, which is B, C, C sharp, gives us this. Alright, so just play that, play some quarters. Next is the key of D. We know that one already from the past couple weeks, so I'm not going to go over D. We learned it 2 weeks ago. E, which is this chord here. Really good to learn this one. It's going to be our most used shape, and we'll get into that in a couple weeks. But E is this chord here. It looks like that. So it's open E, so no notes there, just E, a B on the A string with your middle finger. So that's your second finger. That's going to be A flat, B with your second finger. It's an E octave with your ring finger on the D string. So that's D, D sharp, E. We have this so far. Same as D minor, same as E minor, if you remember that from our key of G lesson. And the difference is this sharp third. And we'll get into what all that means in a few weeks. But you're going to take your first finger here and play a G sharp on the G string, which is the first fret, G, G sharp. And then B and E are open. You don't play anything. So that sounds like this. And then the last chord is going to be F sharp minor. So if you remember E minor from the key of G video from 2 weeks ago, that's this guy here, this shape, which is open, 2, 2, open, open, open. So for F sharp minor, we're going to move that whole shape from E, F, F sharp. Okay, so these right here. But that sounds terrible, right? So your bar here becomes the nut. And you bar the second fret, and you play that E minor chord, and it sounds like that. So that's your F sharp minor, and it's probably going to sound like this, where you're only going to get a few of the strings, and that's fine because you haven't worked up the strength in your hand yet for those full bar chords. And honestly, I almost never play this chord this way. There are other voicings and other fingerings we're going to learn as we move to more intermediate ideas. But we are learning the basic shapes since this is a back to basics video. So that's an F sharp minor. So the common progression in the key of A would be A, E, D, or A, D, E. But the common one for what we do for the kind of worship sound is pretty much just one chord progression. That's the same pattern for 80% of the songs that we do, and not just in worship either. So, if you're trying to play outside of that and just play singer-songwriter stuff, folk music, country, even like rock and indie and all that stuff, it's this same progression. So you're gonna play A, E, F sharp minor, D, So really just practice switching those chords, especially to the E since that's a new one. So practice this. And then practice that F sharp, either from A or from D. Really, however you want to practice those transitions, just learn the chords, the E and the F sharp minor. Get good at the bar chord thing. That's the number one thing guitarists skip because it's hard and it's hurt, and they just move right away to learning other voicings or using a capo or whatever, so they don't have to play those bar chords. But if you want to play electric and you want to play lead, it is good to at least know the bar chord shapes, because they are super, 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 super useful. So please learn the F sharp minor chord this way. And just learn it, get it in your hands, and get a feel for it. As normal, I'm going to suggest that you just play around with the key of A this week until we learn the key of probably E next week. I haven't decided, but there you are. That's the key of A. Learn those chords, get good at switching, get good at just knowing what the chords are and being able to play them in any order, and switching without and you have to stop and lift to play that bar chord for a while. That's fine. No one is good right away, and anyone who tells you otherwise is lying because they want your money. And here I am teaching you for free, so keep that in mind, and have a nice day. We'll see you next time.